Boom! G'day everybody. I'll take my little earpiece out. How are you? My name is Tony and welcome to Leanna James Hair and Beauty Live for 30. I don't know what number I'm even up to now, but thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome on board everyone that's come on. Maria, Tula, Lena, thank you for joining us this evening. Today I'm going to talk all about Novasemi and I'm going to show you some really wild colours. Wild colours like yellow, for example. Yes, literally yellow like that. I'll see if I can squeeze out a touch. Yeah, that's pretty intense, the yellow. So we'll talk all about that. But those that haven't watched us before, this is just a show about hairdressing. So Leanna James Hair and Beauty is the salon that I own with my family and work at, and I try to touch all the subjects that will affect you. Now I've got gloves on because these products are very intense, so please don't think I'm weird, although I probably am a little bit weird. We talk about all different things, why we use the products we use, how we use the products we use, and what is the best thing for you to do with your hair, whether it's how to shampoo, whether it's using a high fashion color, which we're going to go through tonight. So I want this to be interactive, like I say every episode. I want people to ask questions, even if it's not on the topic, just ask the questions. Direct message us, DM us, anything that you'd like us to cover. Some exciting topics that are going to come up are going to be on dismissing some of the hair myths that exist out there. We're also going to do some things about myself. I have no hair, as you can see, anymore. But once upon a time, I had my own real hair, and I'll show you some of those hairstyles. And I also had some of, not my hair on my head as well. And I'll take you through a bit of a fun story about what happened while I was away 1 year. So, before we get into all of that, I want to talk to you about Novasemi range. Here we go. By Di Lorenzo, there is yellow, there is pink, there is red, there is orange, there is volcanic ash, which I reckon a lot of people would like, and there is also green, sublime green for that matter as well, and finally mystic blue for those blue lovers out there. Now I'm going to be very quick with these. I'm just going to throw them on to the actual hair itself. So if you bear with me, I've prepared a trolley. Hopefully you can see there all the different hair pieces, and you can see the different ranges that exist. Okay, so in terms of, you'll be able to see the different ranges that we have in these products, but we'll also do this on pretty much a level 9 hair. It's a bit of a dirty 9, to be honest. So you have to get this hair pretty light in order for these colors to work really amazingly. Now, for the sake of this exercise, I am going to squeeze a bit of this product on to my brush here and apply it to the actual, directly onto the actual hair. Tomorrow is when I'm going to show you the results completely, right? So there's your yellow. You can see how intense that is. Pretty crazy product. First one down. Then, this one here is our mystic blue, okay? So hopefully everyone can see these colors as I'm doing them. Now the benefit with these colors is that you can actually, look at how blue that is. You can actually mix them together. So we can actually make a whole different palette of color for your hair. We can dilute them. So for those people that only really like to have a little bit of their the color, so not as intense as this blue, for example, we can mix it in with some clear and actually dilute that color so we can get the perfect tone that you like, which is very important. Okay, now like I said, fire away with those questions if you have them. Really interested to hear from you. This one's our green, and this green is quite a dark green. Okay, you can see it there. For those of you that have really young children, you'll understand what color this is. Yes, I'm talking to those that have young children. They will know that what comes out of in their nappy, I should say, looks a little similar to this. And next on the menu, we are going to also have some red. Here's some red. The red is also quite deep. Like I said, all these colors can be made to be the color that you're looking for. And tomorrow, I'm going to rinse these overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to show all the different colors and the vibrancies of these colors. But you can already see it on this actual board itself. It's important that when using these sorts of colours, that you really get the hair to the right level. There's no point putting this on a black head of hair. It's just not going to turn out the way you really want it to be turning out. This is our hypnotic pink. Look at this beautiful colour. Stunning, to say the least. People would love this. But again, like I said, you probably, potentially some people look at this thinking, that's a bit dark for me for pink. Too much. We can dilute that and make it all the different colours. I just want to show everybody the vibrancy of this colour. This one here is our orange, our second last one for this evening. The last one's going to be volcanic ash. A lot of people loving their greys at the moment. And that means if you're one of them, volcanic ash is for you. So this is our orange, beautiful colour there, you can see it. And last but not least, here we have our volcanic ash. Beautiful colour. And again, we'll paint that on and leave that on till the end of this episode when I'll rinse it off. Tomorrow I'll show you the result. I'll pin these all up and show you all the different colours that it creates. But isn't that quite amazing? All the variety of colour there. The intensity of these colours is phenomenal. It really does give us hairdressers an ability to be to make all the different colours, all the different shades of colours that we're looking for. You have to talk to us in the salon about it. But if you've got any questions about how Novasemis work, they're probably not as semi as the name suggests. They're actually a little less semi than that. They're pretty full on for the hair. But again, we'll come tomorrow. We'll rinse those out and you'll see all the different colours. And I'm going to show you now some colour work online where this type of colour could work for you. Not everyone's going to like going intense colours, I get it, but they're great as splashes. And let me show you, I'll take you through half of these photos today. Some of them are just balayages and things like that, nothing too exciting, but some of the colours that come through and used as a feature are really quite impressive. So let me just turn this around. All right, so we've got the Trend Spotters website here, and they're showing us all these different color ideas for 2021. So look at this first color that comes through. Again, not everyone's going to like to do a full-on head like this because it's just not their personality. We don't live all in Brunswick or Fitzroy in Melbourne. But look at the intensity of the color. That's the type of intensity that a Novasemi color will create. All right, so you might do that as an example here. See how she's got that purple coming through just the fringe? And it's not that intense, but it is actually intense. It's just quite deep into the color, which maybe doesn't come across as intense as what you think. So that's where you can use one of these high fashion colors as a feature. But I did skip over a couple of hair colors because they're apparently big at the moment. So this red-brown look. Who would have thought red? I mean, everyone just wants to not have red. But this is a thing, apparently, as a trend happening. And like I said here, using that purpley/blue, dark purple fringe coming through, very hot. I like it. This one here is my fave, to be honest. That purple root on that's a no pigment hair color end, pretty much, is really, really amazing. Again, we could probably get this color using the Nova Color through De Lorenzo. But if you wanted that little bit more intensity, well, imagine, there is one more color that I haven't put on that list. I'm going to go do it in a second. But imagine if you want that bit more intensity, and I'll show you that color before we finish tonight. Strawberry blonde. That's, quite a deep red color. And then we've got this light balayage coming through. These warmer tones are becoming actually quite popular, it has to be said, with some people. Not all the time, but with some. So I like it personally. I'm a fan. Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you think so also. I haven't seen any questions come through. I want to see some questions or ideas or thoughts. Whatever you want to put there, I'll make sure I respond. This is a pretty cool color as well. it's called the reverse strawberry blonde ombre. It's where you got that warmth coming through that ends part. But it's all warm all over. Although in that root doesn't actually comes up with a bit of coolness, which is pretty cool. Has to be said. Hence why it's called the reverse one. Red and blonde highlights, a bit boring. Anyway, let's move right along. We've got some, again, blonde foils. I mean, nothing that exciting. Like I said, that warmth is sort of a thing at the moment, and I have seen it coming through the salon quite a bit. And you can see it there on the advert side as well. Red hair, blonde highlights. Again, that warm theme is big at the moment. Coming through. I mean, from a colour perspective, I don't even know why they had this on the list. But anyway, good on them. I don't know about this one. I'm not sold on this outcome. So, yeah, I get all the choppy colour coming through. I just don't know if I like the actual tones that they're using. Way too warm for me on the blonde. And I don't know what they're doing with the brown either. So, I think it's a bit of a miss for me on that one. Low lights for brown hair. Obviously, this has been going on for a while. I don't know what they're saying about trends. That balayage. I suppose that little bit more warmth coming through. It's not the full light ends. Not full on like just blonde on the ends. Makes sense. That's what's coming in. Honey brown hair. That's pretty hot. That is what a lot of people look for these days. But that is warm. And it's interesting when you're talking with people in the salon because they say, yeah, I want a honey colour hair, but they don't like warmth. And I don't know, you sort of can't get both, in my opinion. Sorry, I haven't seen these questions, and I will ask now, and I apologise that I did not see them because I wasn't scrolled into the right place. So, can you mix a clear with the grey? Yes, you can mix a clear with the grey. For those that missed before, that is our volcanic ash right there. It's quite dark. But in order for you to get a good, the grey that you're looking for, the best thing to do is mix it in with a clear, and you can lighten that up. You can lighten all of these colours up. And I actually forgot to put one of the colours on there, believe it or not. The next question I had here is, are they natural and are they good? Look, there's no real colours of these levels that use completely natural hair colour dye. Henna is probably the most natural that you can probably get out there. It has to be said that there is a reason why De Lorenzo don't choose to use non-ammonia colours, for example. Best to go on their website and find out about that. But there is some research with regards to the MEA, which is a natural product, and not really good research on what that does on your hair. And what De Lorenzo do instead is use a low ammonia color. These colors don't use ammonia at all. Actually, they're a direct dye. They just literally go on the hair, color it, and that's it, done. There's no peroxide part of it or anything like that. Great for fancy dress. The blondes do look fairly natural, thanks to our partners. No, they're not really partners, but Pivot Point sent these out to us. We purchased it from them. They're really cool swatches, so we can do all really fun stuff. Yes, the autocorrect was the belly ache. That's a very interesting one. Now, back to some of these photos, and keep those questions coming. I think they've been. I really appreciate them and keeping this going. That honey's in. Like I said before, be careful of the warmth. This is the last one for this evening. I'm not entirely sure about this thing here. Like, yeah, that I just can't deal with not blending. I just think that is what we try to avoid in hairdressing. I get the pixelated. So for example, if you go to, we'll get out of that. We'll find. Pixel hair color. One second, sorry. Pixelated hair, and I'll show you some. Like, see, these images are pretty crazy. Like, some of the stuff that these guys do is pretty intense. So I get the idea, the creativity of this, and trust me, it's painstaking work to actually achieve these things. Like, look at that, right? But that is not that. That is far from it. just again, not a fan. Don't know what they're doing there. Really, really confusing stuff. So like I said, I did forget one of our colors. So apologies. I'm going to try to get this on the right. So last but not least, and I'll put that one just in there. Hopefully you can see that one. So this is the last one I'm going to do. I forgot to pull probably the most popular of all the colors, believe it or not, out of here. And that is our ultraviolet. This one here. So I'll squeeze again. And you'll see again the intensity of this color, full on, has to be said. It's great. So, again, here we are. Maybe I'll get it a little bit more into shot, just down here. Hopefully it won't paint on to other colors too much. And there is your purple. Pretty crazy stuff. So imagine the blonde hair that you saw a little bit earlier. Unbelievable. Thank you for finally spelling that correctly, Anna, on the balayage. That's a really good job. Yes, can be used on your balayage. Can be used as little points on your balayage too. So when I say little points, what do I mean by that? I mean, you know, you might do a full balayage, but just want a popping color coming through. So you can put it on the ends, inner section, part of your fringe, whatever it is. And like I said, as per the question that was asked a bit earlier about the gray, you can mix it in with some clear and actually dilute the color to get it to the gray that you want. Sometimes people just want a little bit of smoky, or they want that purple that I've got just here, but they don't want it that intense. They want it to be that little bit more, you know, pastel-y in a color. So we can do all that at Liana James Hair and Beauty. Now, if you haven't done it already, make sure that you follow us on Instagram. But most importantly, jump online to www.ljhair.com.au if you want to order any of our products. We're in lockdown at the moment. Any support will be hugely appreciated. Like I said, tomorrow's episode will be all about showing you what we've got here. Again, I'm just showing you these Novasemi colors and how they look on the actual hair themselves. And moving forward, we're going to do hair myths, and we're going to do a crazy special about my different hairstyles and when my toupee was on my head. Okay, see you all in the next few days. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and please direct message us all the different things that you'd like answered. One last question that we have before I go is, how long does it last in the hair? This is a trick question in hairdressing. No, I'm joking. Difficulty in answering always these questions. There's a caveat. It always depends on the integrity of the hair. How good is the hair? For how long it will last. How light did you get it to? For how long it will last as well. So with these colors, and also the amount of clear and the when you get it to a really pastel-y type color, that also changes how I'm about to answer it. But these colors can last actually a really substantial amount of time. You should be able to get 6 to 8 weeks lasting out of these colors in your hair, making sure that the hair's in good condition, etc., etc. If your cuticle, most of these colors sort of sit not deep underneath the hair surface like a normal color does. It sits in between your cuticle layer, but they're really intense and they really get stuck into that area. But if your cuticle layer is weak, not being looked after, etc., you can have issues with this where you'll leave here looking bright, but they just won't last over a long period of time. So make sure your hair's in good condition, and we'll be able to judge and say how long it lasts for. As soon as you start going into more of a lighter tone in any of these, you're not going to get the same longevity as you are painting it directly on. It's just the way it goes. But you come back here and, you know, I think it's $39 for a semi, or $49, something like that, $45, something like that, for us to redo your hair. So you come in once every 6 or 8 weeks and get it back up to scratch. All right, enjoy everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.